live on Twitch. If you're home at Twitch, you're going to be on YouTube later.
Yes, and to clarify, I don't have a camera because I don't want to be on camera because I just don't want to. There, I made an arbitrary decision and I'm sticking to it.
Consent is a thing, and we're fine with that.
Consent is a thing, we're fine with that. Oh, hot takes. We have a hot take about Mantic. We said Mantic is trash.
No, jeez.
Damn.
All right. Now that Blue has given us our hot take.
Coming in hot. No. I know that's not my hot take. I just thought that's what we were talking about before I messed up the previous recording.
I was gonna say I would say less of a hot take than a discussion point.
Okay.
How about that? Rather than because I think we just talked about the 4th edition of Kings of War.
Okay.
And I think it's accepted mostly that that is the flagship game of Mantic for the most part.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Halo is becoming.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
there-
them?
Yeah,
That's
they're
them?
the ones that make the Halo minis games.
Because when I go to Atomic Empire, I see it and I'm like, is that really like Halo? Because I thought it was the Epic. I thought it was Epic then.
Nope.
Oh,
That is
That's Mantic.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, like Halo is paying for everything else they do. Like the other stuff, like breaks even and does maybe a little better, but
right.
Halo is just.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And didn't we look at
It is
looked at
good.
the book, didn't we?
I have it. and it's good.
We got it when we were at
Nova.
Nova 2 years ago.
Okay.
My oldest likes it a lot. I asked for they came out with a big box expansion with the brutes in it. I forgot what they're called. What's the alien race? Anyway,
I think it is the Brutes, isn't it?
The Covenant.
they're
Oh,
called
no,
the
the Covenant,
Sangheili. Is that
Oh, they have like a in-universe name. I have no
yeah,
idea.
something like that. But so that I got that, and that's really awesome. And those miniatures are like gigantic. They're like not even miniatures. They're huge.
They did say it was out of the box ready to play, which I disagree
Yeah.
with. Cause,
Well, you have to pop out that.
well, no, they're not painted.
walls.
They're like, these are ready to go. Like, they're not painted.
They're not painted, no, but you can do red versus blue,
You can't do that.
and so that's kind of how they do it because they're molded in 2 different.
So you were saying about Mantic's
Well, all I was
flagship.
saying was they put out a lot of different products, and it seems like they have a fairly thin, full-time staff.
Oh,
They're a
wow.
small company. They're maybe 35 employees ish. Something like that.
When I went there, I saw maybe 20 people.
You
Yeah.
visited them?
I did.
Like they gave you a tour of the place?
They did.
Yeah, you can.
I met their master molder.
Cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Which
Nottingham, UK.
yeah.
You went to the UK?
I did.
What? I don't travel. I don't go anywhere. Like driving to Bear's place for 30 minutes is like, oh, this is such
Yeah.
a long drive.
What's the UK? No.
You mean Argentina?
No. Yeah.
Okay, but they're in the
No,
UK.
but so they're a small company, and so we were discussing the recent release of 4th edition,
Okay.
and I had the thought of, what would it be like if they concentrated more of their efforts on just a few things, such as the Kings of War and a couple other things, rather than having 6 to 8 pretty big releases a year, which is they did last year. They had like a lot of big stuff come out.
Yeah.
So
They did this big epic Kickstarter fulfillment.
I forgot to give you guys your chat.
Halo, a bunch of stuff for Halo came out. New edition of Kings of War. Apparently a Worms board game. I guess that was toward the end of last
that's another
year.
thing
And then they also, I didn't really check it out, but there was a Assassin's Creed Kickstarter board game as well that they are publishing. So I don't know anything about it.
They're publishing or they're doing the minis
They're
for it?
making it.
Oh, okay.
They're like it's their design and they're publishing it.
Hey.
But I do. They may have like contractors like developing it, perhaps. But
Sorry.
anyway,
Volslane said it plays like Frag. It plays like a better Frag, and that's a heck of a compliment because Frag was one of the first bigger board games that I wanted to try to play. I don't like Steve Jackson. I actually don't like him. He's like, as a person who designs games, I don't like him.
So,
however,
sticking to the subject,
no, because we're talking about Halo. It's a better version of Frag, is what he's saying.
well,
fair enough.
I've never played that, but I do know there's too many Munchkin versions. That's for sure.
that is
Yeah.
true.
And Flux.
So,
Flux.
how out of all of the things that Mantic is popping out, what makes the cut? I'm assuming Kings
I
of War because we
know,
all play
right?
Kings of War.
Whose cut? Our cut, or just like?
I mean, this is your opinion.
Well, no, I wanted to kind
give
of
us
open
the
it up. I
controversy.
wanted to open it up to like.
Oh, so agree to disagree, or agree or disagree?
So
percentage?
one big negative, I think, or quibble we had with the 4th edition is we immediately have an expansion book
Right.
with 4 armies in it rather than one volume.
Right.
Why are we doing that? Are we trying to squeeze a little more, extra more cash out, that kind of thing?
What's the cost? Because you have the books here. What's the cost difference?
It's in pounds. I don't
They're
know.
like the same. They're almost the exact. They're almost the exact same price. The full rule book and that book.
Is it possible to hold it up so we can show?
Yeah.
So would you? Okay.
I can hand it to you and you can hold it up to your camera.
I don't have a camera.
I know.
You took my overhead camera.
What?
But like you said, so this is the first book. Oh, sorry, I don't want to bump you in the head. This is the first book, and this. Oh, sorry, the second book.
That's the expansion.
It's the expansion,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the original, the first book is that one. So if you hold them side by side, and you're saying that these are both the same cost.
Yeah,
About-
yeah. They're what, like $60 a piece or something.
So I feel like the argument
Right.
for that at least could be made that a big chunk of that first book is the basic rules to play the game, which you can get for free through the companion. So if it comes to
That's a
just
monthly fee, though, right?
Not
not
yet.
the basic rules.
Not yet, though.
Oh.
They're not, because I had let the companion is the app, the Mantic app with all their bespoke games on it. Not Halo is separate. I don't know if anything else is separate, but Halo's not on the Mantic companion. I let my subscription lapse August or so. So I could not get any of the rules for fourth.
None of them.
Nothing.
Really?
Nope. Not until I restarted it a couple weeks ago. So they have not yet, probably because it's brand new, but they have not yet opened up the free rules for that
Okay.
version.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and then the other annoying thing is, yes, you can build army lists in it for free, maybe up to 2, but you won't know what any of those special rules are. That's all locked up. So it's like, good luck getting your
Yeah.
synergies
Start
right,
making
because
up
you're not
rules.
going to know what the hell you're putting together. So
It's enough there to wet your whistle. but
Yes.
Not enough to
Right.
actually slake your thirst.
yes. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think Mantic should focus more on Kings of War? They think what they're doing is good. Like,
We can go with no.
You're the guest.
So I feel like in a lot of ways, from what I've seen at least, I haven't played Dead Zone or Firefight, whatever the sci-fi version is. I feel like in a lot of ways they're trying to copy what Games Workshop has. Like, I mean, the concept of like Armada, which is the fleet version of Kings of War, is interesting, but I feel like, I mean, I don't feel like there's a lot of market for boat mini wargaming to begin with, and then to be like, hey, this is a fairly small market mini
Niche,
wargame, a fairly niche game to begin with. Let's add, like, have a boats version of it. I feel like you're kind of pushing things further, and it's like, well, Games Workshop had a boats version of the old world at one point that they kind of let die, and they have Battlefleet Gothic, and well, let's do that too. And it's like, but those didn't succeed because they weren't popular enough to succeed. And I feel like diverting energy towards things like that to maybe pull in that market is iffy.
You're trying to
at
say
best.
that it's a sinking ship and they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Wow.
a little bit, yeah.
What are you talking
It's a
about?
cool concept. It's fun, but it's not.
It's
It's so niche. I feel like you'd have a hard time.
Loslan says Firefight is pretty good, and then the Armada game came out as a partnership with the Warlords Black Seas system, which is a very good, fairly popular. So it was a marketing move. It sounds
Okay.
like.
yeah.
It was a marketing ploy that wasn't good. Is what you're saying?
Well, it was
it did a lot of memes.
fantasy. It was a fantasy version of this ships of the line, like think 19th, 18th, 19th century
Like
boats.
old,
Yeah,
pirate-
sails and whatnot.
Age of Sail.
And the
Gotcha.
cool thing, I guess the cool thing was the factions aligned with Kings of War factions. So you had the same the same boats as you did armies, right? So if you were a big fan of like Dwarves or Northern Alliance, whomever, you could
yeah,
have
dwarf
those little boats.
First of all, I'm not seeing dwarves get on a boat. They're like
They don't have sails either. They have like steamboats, so like, which is cool.
maybe for halflings because they're all about the steam engines.
I don't
and
think
stuff.
there was a halfling back there. What they did do, though, is Mantic created a subscription 3D print thing. So every month they released files, and they put all the Armada stuff on that.
Okay.
So you can now print all you want Armada, which is kind of neat.
I have feelings about that, but
I am not against them doing that as long as like let's say for example, I go to my favorite restaurant and it has
Okay.
my favorite meal there.
Okay.
I'm not against them trying new things as long as you don't fuck with my favorite meal. Like I want my
Yeah.
favorite meal to be
As
my,
they said,
to be
don't,
the same thing.
Don't fumble the bag.
Yeah.
Don't fumble the bag.
The Thai place
You
can
get
start doing
high-
sushi, but they still need to know how to make pad Thai.
Right.
Yep.
So, and I feel like that might be kind of what you're getting into is that some of the things have kind of fallen by the wayside with third edition, and while they were trying different things, they were not putting they weren't keeping their core players on
Yeah, I think
Kings of War.
I think you have a good point, but I also think maybe what I'm thinking is, if they could like garner their resources, the Kings of War would be even bigger. Because the growth, it's a good game. It's more affordable than the big boy than anything Games Workshop puts out. The rule set's good, and you just wonder if they could just like invest in the marketing, that kind of thing. Maybe it could be a bigger thing, but how long does the system stay around like a Kings of War without really getting that big? It's, at least in the United States, it's kind of like, is it kind of plateau or is it slowly growing? I don't know.
I don't know. I out of Raleigh, I think I was the only player for a while. Then me and you met, and me and you started playing, and then we've had like a couple of people come in and then not be very faithful. I kind of got to the point where I got tired of like showing up to a store and nobody showing up, so I went home. Now Connor, you moved to Raleigh, so we've got at least 3 people. We've got a little bit of a growing group. My brother-in-law has models he plays, but not very often. So I feel like it's not. I don't know. I feel like it's like pulling teeth to get people to play.
I think the miniatures market. No pun intended. Miniature market.
Hey, I know them.
Is dominated by GW, right? And so every store in the area carries GW, but
The Games
they don't
Workshop,
have any Kings of War stuff. They might have like terrain crate stuff for Mantic,
Even when I went
right?
to them, I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to build a group for this game,"
Yeah.
and they literally laughed at me.
Yeah, like,
What Games Workshop did?
no,
Local game stores. I was like, I have a core group, and I want to come in a certain night a week and try to build this. And
They
they were
don't
like,
like
"Good luck
money.
with that." And I'm like,
yeah.
"Well, fuck you! I'm trying to literally get people to get into your
They're like,
store."
oh, the old world just came out. Did you?
Yeah.
know? I was like,
Well, I overheard one of the store worker people talk to somebody else about the things, and they're talking about how I think it was with the Pokemon stuff or Pokken or whatever the fuck it is. And long story short, they're saying that they'll send like a certain number of packs, but they expect to see a certain number of signups. And if they don't hit that number, then they have to basically take the kit and send it back because otherwise, they'll say, "Hey, you didn't get the numbers that we wanted." So like there's a certain like kind of we want to draw the people in, and I think it's a little bit of a kind of a stronghold or strong arming from the companies, especially Wizards of the Coast. Well, sorry, I don't want to call it Wizards of the I don't know who does Pokemon. Who is it Game Freak? Do they still do that?
But even like, what is that one store? I think it was Gilded Dragon towards the east.
Wilson, Wilson.
They were interested in playing, so I was like, "I'll drive out there," and like I talked to the owner of the store, and he
Wizards
was
of the Coast. Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, that night doesn't work for me. Oh, this night doesn't work for me. Oh, that." And I was like, "I'm not a paid person.
Yeah.
These are the nights I'm available. If you
Yeah.
want, like you reached out to us through our Facebook group, and you were interested in doing it. And here are the days I'm available, and you're not willing to budge on them." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm not driving
Yeah.
an hour to go somewhere and teach people how to play, and then you're not even gonna like help me with it."
Yeah.
So
I think it's a 2-part issue though, because one, as far as models go, the reason everybody carries Games Workshop is because Games Workshop makes stores money.
It sells.
Yeah,
it, like
it
stores
is popular enough, and it sells flat out. So they don't have the risk of bringing in something new and then worrying about it not selling, or worrying, like with War Machine. There was a store when I was living in Virginia. You could go in and still find Mark II stuff, and it was marked down like 60%. They were just trying to get it out the door, and nobody wanted it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then the other thing too is, I guess this relates a little to back what Privateer Press had for a while. They had press gangers, and I don't know, maybe it's a thing in other countries, but I don't feel like I've seen it here in the U.S. with Mantic, where it's just like these are volunteers that are supported by the company to go out and sort of recruit people and draw them in, explain the game, and like build a community in the areas they're in. With support from the company, and I don't know if Mantic does that at all.
it does not, because I literally when I went to see them, I was like, "Yeah, I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a growing metropolitan area. It's got a lot of people coming into it. I'd like to grow." And they weren't rude to me, but they weren't like offering any help or anything.
I'm
like that.
into it. Yeah.
Well, supposedly, so Mantic has on their website, they advertise this Pathfinder program, which I listened to a few different podcasts, a lot of which have people who are semi-insiders or people who have been involved with whatever systems for a really long time.
Right.
And they kind of say that the Pathfinder program in the United States isn't great. And I don't know why.
It's not great?
It's not great.
Okay.
In England, well, you've got population density, right? You've got a lot of people living in a way more smaller area and more urban centers. And also it's the birthplace of this hobby.
There's a dog. Sorry.
Right, all these companies that sell around the world are based in England, like Warlord, GW, Mantic, War Games Atlantic, probably. I think is
I
one.
think they are, yeah.
They have a U.S. and a.
It's almost like they all branched off from that main one and started.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all started at GW more than likely. Yeah, I know the guy that started Warlord and Mantic both worked there, I believe. Yeah, so that's no surprise, right?
Chad says the North American distribution center is also very good about moving out new product in and will take old product from their shop, giving it the illusion that it's being sold for Games Workshop. And then WGA is both GB and US.
Yeah, WG.
Yeah,
War
so
Games Atlantic is both Great Britain and the U.S.
Yeah, it's like
So
a partnership.
I think that also, Voslin has a good point, is that Mantic's problem a lot with the US is that it takes, like in the past at least, it's taken so long to get product over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you have an issue trying to get it over there, whereas Games Workshop is so big that it's like, I have a problem with this issue.
They have
send
their
it-
own stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they
Whereas-
also have their own manufacturing. They make the minis. Mantic contracts to China, Poland, wherever, whomever, right? Like you can get, I watched an unboxing of the newest battle box, which is the Product Realm and the Zerkalis. You got these units that are made in Poland by Archon. They have that weird shape. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the newest like sprues, they are really dark plastic and they have a certain shape, and you can tell, oh yeah, I know where those are made because they make all their sprues wind up looking the same shape. Then you have these spindly rectangular ones that are probably made in China, but you get different units. They look like very different, like different manufacturers made them. You can tell, and it's just, and that just made me realize, yeah, Mantic doesn't produce their own stuff. They're always outsourcing it, and then they're always this holdup of a, supply chain, overseas stuff.
Do you think that that's what bleeds into like them just pumping out stuff because it's like we
No,
got a new.
I think it maybe affects the ability to control how much they're making or how much if they need to start another production run or whatever.
Might also be why
they're having to plan further out.
So
know
like,
what I mean?
basically they have to drop ship. So like we got to buy, 10,000 units
Yeah.
before they'll even print anything.
Sure.
And it's like we just want to sell 1,000, but I guess we're gonna turn this into battle cruisers.
I don't know, but it could be maybe in 20 years Mantic will have enough. They'll maybe start making their own molds. Maybe they never
I
will.
mean, they do make
They
their
maybe
own
never
molds
will though.
there, but then they take those molds.
They make
and-
their resin. They do resins casts,
Yeah.
yes. But as far as the hard plastic, that's the cheapest thing to. It's the most expensive upfront cost, but it's cheapest in the long run per unit, right?
Might also be why they're pushing the STL stuff, like you said, though.
Yeah, because the resin is really labor intensive, right?
Yeah.
And
So if you can just, which is an argument then if their assumption is that the market is going to move toward everyone just 3D prints their own armies, why not just get their foot in the door in that?
So that's the thing that I kind of have like I have my own take about subscription stuff. I'm not going to mention right now, but
Yeah.
going back into Mantic as a business model, does that help them grow? Does that make them more endearing for you? Since that's kind of like the core point is like they keep throwing shit out there, but like hey, but you can just pay $10 a month and we'll just send it to you anyway,
So
or whatever.
that's a good point. So yeah, for a player in the United States that's interested in collecting Mantic, and it's hard to get the rarer only resin models, right? They're just not available in stores usually. They might be on some websites, but they'll sell out. So having the 3D print option to me is great, but I'm not going to subscribe forever because I'm not a 3D print enthusiast. You know, what I mean?
Right.
Like if I don't subscribe to the Vault anymore. It's called the Vault, but I don't subscribe anymore because like the offerings just didn't interest me anymore.
Well, it's like I bought one thing. I don't want to have to
Yeah. Well, the good thing is though, I canceled the subscription, but the stuff that I was subscribed to, I still can get into and download if I want.
Oh, cool.
So it's not like I got cut off,
individual.
you know, which is what I was afraid would happen. I'd get cut off, but no, I can still get it.
I mean, I'm fearful because like this is a move that I've seen in Ion Games makes a lot of games that I like history-based stuff, and I don't like Phil Eklund, who's associated with that, but that's not the point. The point is,
We're not starting this drinking game
I need a
again.
new notepad. Yeah, I'm running out of names.
oh, Phil Eklund, yeah.
Do you have a list?
But with that said though, Ion Games has like a subscription thing.
They're called
where-
Ion or
Ion is like ionizing or
Ion. Okay.
ionizing. Wow, I just couldn't
Okay.
get the words out. But essentially, what they have is essentially there's kind of like mini expansions for
Okay.
their games that they have. And on the one hand, I like the idea, but on the other hand, as a person who likes to have all of a game, it's really frustrating because it's like now I have to go buy the subscription mini bits and models. So the FOMO is something that they're kind of like not really like basing it off of. But I wonder if because with Mantic, I'm assuming they got some products that just like they don't print anymore because like nobody bought it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if it becomes popular later, what if some reviewer reviews it and it just becomes like this big thing?
That's kind of like why when Combat Dice, the command dice came out last year, I was like, okay, this is kind of janky because they had made a fantasy skirmish game called Vanguard that kind of didn't
I feel like I've heard of that.
take off, but those dice were part of that, and then they come out and say, "Oh, look, we're going to try Kings of War with command dice," and lo and behold, they look identical to the ones that were in Vanguard.
I have all these command
And
dice.
so all these people were cynically saying, they're just trying to empty their warehouses. They're like, no, we're not trying to sell our overstock, but come on.
Turns out. I mean, it turns out.
I know. I bought them. I bought them.
Yeah, a lot of people bought them. All the people that were competitive bought them, but nobody had a tournament with them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody tried them. Everybody bought them and tried them.
And then said, this is trash.
Yeah, but then nobody, no competitive scene really wanted to mess with it. So
It's just it felt like it was kind of like taped onto the game.
yeah.
Just duct taped on the
It
side.
didn't
Yeah.
fit. It worked. It works in something like Firefight, which is the sci-fi Warhammer kind of equivalent, sort of, because that design has been designed
Yeah.
around it.
That's exactly what Volsland just said.
There you go.
It's
Yeah,
used
yeah.
for Firefight, Epic Warpath, which
Yeah.
again I'm fine with, and I'm even okay with them mixing it up with like D6s and maybe like commanders getting D8s or something like that.
That's cool.
And I know they were talking about maybe going to a D8 system instead of a D6 system because that's what a lot of their other games are. Again, it would mess up my mental math a bit. I have to go back and recalculate things, but I wouldn't be against it.
I feel like it does raise the barrier for entry a little bit because I feel like you can buy blocks of D6 everywhere. It's harder to find a block of 38 D8.
Yeah. Good night, Volsland. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you joining in with us.
Good luck
Yes,
at work,
indeed.
CJ.
Indeed.
But I'm not against people trying new things. As my analogy went, just don't fuck with my main meal. Like,
Yeah.
if I like it,
Yeah.
like keep my main meal going, keep it
Yeah.
interesting, and then hire another chef that's over here trying new things.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
so-
cook, chef.
Because I'm not going to buy your models. I've already explained that I don't want that. I did a kickback their the new Epic game last year. Yeah, both me and Nick did.
Yeah.
Have I finished painting all
Wait,
those
that
models?
was Mantic too?
Yeah.
I thought Epic was it. Okay. Never mind. I don't feel as bad for confusing the Halo with Epic then because I didn't realize that
But
was.
have I finished painting all those models? No. There's a billion little tiny models for the Epic game. They're legitimately 10 feet that way in my garage on my thing where I haven't finished painting them. I don't even have to, I've never even played the game. I haven't tried to do rules that or anything like that. That being
looks
said,
cool.
it does look cool, and I have been researching different ways to paint the models, and I guess maybe when it gets warmer, I'll go back out in the garage and continue painting.
It's cold. Well, it's been like 73 degrees for the past 3 or 4 days. So
That's cold in here in the south.
I gotta be cooking.
The last time I was out there, my mother-in-law was in town. That's when I was out there painting.
Anger painting, never good.
I was quiet. Anyways,
So
I'm
as
not
far
against.
as
I'm not against new things. I'm not against trying it. I understand it's a business. You got to do things. Keep the light bill on.
Yeah.
Try new things. Just don't.
Yeah,
Don't
I
fuck
get
with
you.
it.
I hear you.
Because I'm not buying the models, but I'll buy your books. I'll buy your like
I mean, you
apparently
subscribe to Companion, you know, that's like $70 a year if you do the whole thing.
I do.
You know, and so that's something, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I do the silver version.
I was gonna ask a question because I learned recently about Paper Wars. Like there's basically a bunch of war games that exist that are just basically kind of magazines and comic books, not comic books, magazines. So I was gonna ask a question because you play a lot of war games, and by you I mean Chris. Sorry, people can't see who I'm pointing to.
Yeah.
Do you think that Mantic could go that route of like, hey, here's like a new game set? I mean, well, first and foremost, problem is you have to come up with new game sets. But what if they did something like that? Would that be something that's a little bit better? Like, hey, here's a new rule set that you can get behind a $5 paywall?
I think they could, but I also don't think it's in their wheelhouse. I think it's a different different boat entirely. You know, if they started producing Euros, I'd like fall out of my chair. That's almost like the same thing. Because like a board, old what they call a hex and counter war game, which is hex map, little square
BattleTech.
thing.
Oh.
Yeah, except that's got models. But
Oh,
yes,
fair. Sorry.
That's fair.
Well, yeah,
But
but
like a
chits and
campaign
counters.
version for like Warhammer, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, we played it. Oh no, you guys played the Robin Hood. Was that you guys? That was you guys, right?
we did. We
didn't play Robin Hood.
discussed it.
Yeah,
We discussed it briefly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like taking Kings of War and then having like a scenario where it's like the four of us are playing. Here's a large map.
Oh,
we're
absolutely.
moving
I like
our
that.
armies. Like
That sounds
I think
fun.
that'd be something that would be cool.
Yeah.
And they've done it with Warhammer. I don't think it'd be a stretch. In fact, I think the battalion system that they're using now in 4th edition would go well into that.
Yeah.
That's still me keeping my favorite meal, but now you're
Yeah.
adding a little bit of
Even
special sauce.
Even that, combine that with a slow grow where you're like, yeah, we're going to start at 500 points, but we're also going to have like this campaign story progress along, and then you're going to go to 1,000, and you're for a while, and then you go, then your armies keep getting a little bigger, right?
A lot of those things
That kind of
happen. Like what is what's Robert Fanuff and
Yeah, right.
Countercharge? They do like a slow grow league where they're doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
it
none of
takes
that,
a lot of dedication and time.
well,
Like,
nobody's doing that for Mantic. It's all fan based.
yes, that's right.
And maybe Robert's getting a little bit of kickback from it. I don't know, but
I don't think so. I think he just
I
loves
think he really enjoys it.
Yeah.
Enjoys
He
it.
does it for the love of the game.
Well, that and he has a podcast. So
No,
you could
for the love of the
encourage
podcast.
people to listen to the podcast, that kind of stuff.
Hello, crawlers. Sorry, I'm just gonna randomly say that.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Good Dungeon Crawler Carl call.
Oh, God. Where am I?
So you've played Halo, you've played Kings of War. Have you tried any of the other games?
No. But I collected Firefight, which is the sci-fi one.
Their models are beautiful.
Yeah, there's some really cool ones. There's some old ones, which is interesting. Like Dead Zone, which is the smaller skirmish scale, is definitely a unique rule set. It's you're not measuring, you're just moving around cubes, and that's what Halo is based off of. And so Halo,
You're moving around cubes.
yeah. So you're moving
Like a fucking
cubes.
Rubik cube.
Yeah, you're moving. Everything is a cube, and so you move. Say your move is a 2, you can go 2 cubes, and then you can position anywhere in the cube you want, behind terrain or behind a window, whatever. As long as you stay in the cube, your guy can go wherever. So there's no like rulers. So it plays pretty quick. Now Dead Zone is more lethal than Halo. Like at least with the Spartans that you start with, they're tough. They got a lot of shields and armor. It's hard to take them out.
Take like 3,000
But
shots.
like Dead Zone, like no, you can have pretty squishy guys and like get killed. But you can play Dead Zone in like 45 minutes. You know,
It's pretty quick for a
yeah,
man's
and
game.
learning a learning game of Halo about that maybe an hour. You know, if it's a smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because you'll have a round limit. You go to like 7 or 8 rounds, and then that's it. So.
I remember at Nova when we went for what is the Masters?
Yes.
The first day we were there, they were playing
Yeah.
Warzone.
Halo Flashpoint.
Is that the Halo?
No, the Mantic
Firefight?
Firefight.
Somebody's playing Fire. Okay. Oh
They
yeah,
had-
that's
they had,
right.
they had a whole thing of it, and I remember Kat had painted a lot of the minis for them. They look great. Kat's a great painter, anyways, but they just look like they're really cool sci-fi minis.
Yeah, they are.
Now my beef is we did back the Epic Warpath over the summer, and we got them, and I was like, cool. I want to know what these Forge Fathers do. I go on Mantic's website. Nothing.
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 They
I
don't
look
do
up
anything?
Epic Warpath, and it's like dead. Like click the thing for lore, nothing there.
Oh, the link
and
is
then
dead.
what people were telling me was like, "Whoa, just go to the other stuff," and I'm like, "But those all like while it's similar, they're the same races and stuff. It's all written for Dead Zone."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
so none of this really makes sense for the Epic Warpath. It has the same races, but it's not lore for Epic Warpath.
Yeah, because like
I'm like, you lazy bitches.
it's in the name.
Well, was-
Epic.
was-
It's
was
just
that
like
the one that-
gigantic battles. you
Was
know?
that the one where we went to the website and we looked at it?
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like we were talking. Was it you and Nick were talking
Yeah,
about?
'cause we did the unboxing of our stuff, and
Yeah.
that's probably still one of our higher mini videos. But yeah, Mantic, you kind of screwed the pooch there. Like I went to I wanted to look up Epic Warpath's lore, and it didn't have it on your website.
Yeah.
I had to like go back and find other games that were similar.
Yeah.
Even if you copied and pasted it and changed the word from the other one to that.
No, this is not Epic Warpath. This is Epic Snorpath. It's different. It's a different game.
Going to a dead link just kills enthusiasm now.
Yeah,
It does.
Like if you don't care enough to change it, why should I care enough to buy it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think what they're trying to do is consolidate the. So now they have 3 systems in that universe, and now it's all just one universe with common lore, right?
Right.
I don't know. I don't play like Kill Team or 40K, but I imagine it's all the same lore, like
Oh, it's kind of similar system
40
of
years
like
of novels. And
yeah.
whatnot.
I mean, well, what's the other one? Star Wars and Warhammer has a lot of books, but I thought that was another series that had like 1 billion books in it.
Dude.
like Forgotten Realms, like D&D.
D&D.
Tons and tons of
Forgotten
books.
Realm has a bunch. Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance,
Oh, yeah.
Ravenscroft.
I was thinking. I was thinking.
Planescape, I think.
I think I was thinking of
Like,
the Cyberpunk one. Oh my god.
Shadowrun?
Thank you.
Shadowrun.
Yes,
Wow, yeah, that's old school, yeah.
I still don't have enough dice to play that game.
You need more. Wait, what?
That's the joke. Is that whenever someone brings up Shadowrun, you always say I don't have enough dice to play that game.
Okay.
I've never played Shadowrun a day in my life.
It's interesting.
But I know the culture.
It functions, honestly, I feel like it functions better as a setting for a computer, for like video games than in person because there's just so many mechanics layered on top of each other. It's like you have like 3 types of magic that don't interact with each other, so they're all their own separate things.
Yeah.
And then you have like digital like cyber stuff, and then you have robot cyber stuff, and
Yeah.
like there's just so much going on. And
I just said I've never played it. You don't need to try and sell me on it.
No, wait.
Sounds a lot like my Burning Wheel game that I'm starting on
But
Saturday.
it's like it's
But
funny.
wait, there's more.
It's funny. It's like a
Which
lot
I
of
like
like
that
PC RPGs are like based on tabletop games, but they're on crack because they can run on a computer.
Right.
And then you got Turn It Over, that is now on the table. But it's
Yeah.
way too complicated. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, well, in that case, like as a setting, it's super cool, and like you can do that as an RPG, as like a tabletop setting, and it's great. It really is just there's, like I said, so many mechanics layered on top of each other that just having it
I mean,
done on like a computer just simplifies the hell out
yeah,
of everything.
That's
Baldur's Gate 3.
But
But there's just
or-
one system of like
Well, like have you guys played Pillars of Eternity?
yeah,
That's
They
Larian Studios, right?
prototype made a beta version of a tabletop book for that, and you could download it for free and read it and whatever. And I'm like, how would you play this game?
Yeah.
Live, because it's like that is such a complicated, multi-layered like system.
Well, it's like there's ways to kind of distill a video game into a board game and a board game into a video game. I was gonna say Mr. President is a perfect example of a board game that should have just went straight to digital, because
Oh, yeah.
like there's so many like there's just like 1,000. I play the occasional war game. I'm a war game dabbler. I'm not a war game player. And by that I mean like not war game board game, but like Chits Encounter player dabbler. And like Mr. President, I think I played through the first half of it, and you play through 4 years because you're the president, and each year, each round is called a round because each turn, because it's backwards in wargaming, takes about 8 hours. So like I got through like hour 10, and I was like, okay, I've kind of seen enough. I'm kind of good. But you can play the game for all 4 years and then run for re-election. If you get re-elected, you play another 4 years. I was like,
oh my word.
the game is a cool idea, but the whole time you're like, okay, I did this and I rolled this, and here's my modifier +1 or -1, and this is a +1, and then you go look up a chart, and the chart says this, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Follows
So then you
game,
do that
yeah.
thing, and it says because that thing happened, you got to roll again, and okay, now chart in other book, and it's like, okay,
Right.
chart. Like Bear jokes about it because I have a binder because I scanned all the sheets into
Less
like
than
one
know.
giant binder.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So that was war gamers who are like the boomer generation for sure. I mean, for real, they're like mostly in their 60s or older. Like they started like in the 80s with like Avalon Hill was a big producer. So this famous designer named Mark Herman, he's done a lot of famous war games.
That name sounds
He like
very
did
familiar.
he did a lot, but he republished this monster war game about the Pacific theater of World War II called the Pacific War. Fucking huge box, like $100 game. I ordered it. I opened it. I was like, I don't have the square footage that you need to play this game because it's like monster maps.
It's 1-to-1 scale. You
like
say.
thousands of there's like thousands of counter sheets, but like the units are accurate. Like there's individual ships.
Right.
Like a lot of games will
Like
abstract that. You'll have like a battle group, like would be one
or
thing.
shit or something.
Yeah, but this is like, oh no, there's one for each. It was huge. And so I was like, I did like the first like warm up scenario, and then I was just like, I'll never play it. And I sold it though. Got my money right back. Somebody bought it.
The last bit of derailment that I'll engage in is Mage Knight. I felt the same way about Mage Knight. I play a lot of solo board games, and I know we're talking about Mantic and stuff, but I play a lot of solo board games. And my first time I played Mage Knight, I set it up, and then I went to bed.
It's like 3 hours of.
Because like I didn't know what was happening, I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to like, watch a video and also read the rule book, and I wanted to learn from the rule book really bad, and I wasn't able to focus because ADHD is a thing. And like by the time I set up, I was like, this is my folding tables. I had my long folding table, and then I had like a side folding table, and that was for like the market. And here's like the board and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game. So I feel you is what I'm saying about the like you get this giant box, you set it up, it's like I'm gonna play I don't want to play this.
Yeah. I got you. Well, did you go back to it or?
I eventually went back and played Mage Knight. It's not my kind of game. I have a hate relationship with Mage Knight. I really want to like it, and every like once every year or two, I'll try to like sit down and play through it, and I'm like, yep, I still feel the same way I felt before. It's like I feel like I'm walking through mud when I play this game, and I don't like that. So
That's weird, because it's like it's like this in-depth adventure or fantasy adventure game, but it's always a one-shot.
it's always right.
It's like,
I think it's just
like people criticize campaign games, but if I have to put that much effort in the game and then it's like that
it's over.
complicated and it's over, it's nice. It's sometimes nice to have something to bring you back to it, I guess. I don't know.
And the last note I'll add on that is that somebody said that they love Mage Knight, but they only play it like maybe once a year. And every single time they always play the Conquest, which is the first scenario. There's like 20 different scenarios you can play. And they play it to relearn the rules, and they say, "Okay, cool, that felt great," and then they just put it away.
I can't do that.
They finish it, then they say they put it away, and they forget the rules, and they go back again. Like, I'm gonna play Conquest.
It's like I told you, like I struggled through Gloomhaven over like a 4-year period. I would put it away for like 9 months, not touch it, and then feel like, and then I'd finally get the will to play it back, and I'm like, all right. And then I play another 10 scenarios, and then, another month.
That's literally me in a radio.
It took
right
a
now.
long time, but I did beat. You don't really
I was
beat the
down to play Iridia. I was playing with my Monday night group, and then I got a new job, and I'm not doing the Monday night group anymore. So it's like I feel like that's a game again, like a D&D group. You gotta
go all the way through.
Yeah, you gotta get a group. You gotta meet weekly. It's got to be a commitment.
How many sessions is that?
What, Iridia? Well, I'm playing Iridia with the way I play Baldur's Gate 3. I'm trying to do everything, and because I'm trying to do everything, I'm in Act 1. There's about 3 acts in the game, and I think I'm 40 hours in, and I'm still in Act 1. I just got to Act 2. So you can make it as short as like 20 hours just by kind of like doing the key story missions and maybe doing a side mission or two. But because I'm chasing those side missions, it's very long, and that's probably why I'm not having as much of a fun time.
I'm like you. I'm like the guy that played Skyrim for 200 hours and never got halfway through the main.
And then you finally go to the very first town and talk to the Jarl.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, I was supposed to go talk to this guy.
Finished the Thieves Guild quest line. I finished the whatever, all the quest line. This one, that
What do you
one.
mean, who am I? I'm the head of half the guilds in this country now.
But you know what made me stop playing Skyrim is like, I think by the time I got to the last village, I was like, I didn't want to feel like going through a whole nother brand new town. I'm like, God damn, I gotta talk to all these people.
Yeah.
Because it's like
So you gotta do it all over again.
You gotta meet the people. You get the quests. You get all the shit.
The loop became stale.
Yes,
Loop became stale.
and it's just exhausting. You know?
Or the bandits became really well geared because you were getting really well geared. And it's like, how are you guys wearing like platinum gear?
That
I'm going,
happened
like,
to me in Oblivion.
Yeah, that's where I'm actually calling it from.
Yeah,
I played that on the hardest mode, and I was
Yeah.
like, why are the bandits wearing like top tier gear now? Because I am.
I
Like,
tried to play like a guy who's good at bartering and talking or whatever in Oblivion, and you just absolutely can't. If you don't know fighting, you'll die.
well, Oblivion, you can't level up, is what I learned.
Yep.
If you don't level up, all the bad guys stay where you are.
I think it was like on the difficulty curve, you should never go past level 5 because at that point the opponents start scaling faster than you.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So hear me out. What if Mantic made Oblivion based? Is Oblivion and Skyrim in the same universe, right?
Yeah,
It's Elder Scrolls.
Tamriel.
Sorry, Elder Scrolls. Because they have an Elder Scrolls board game that
They
shipped
do.
through.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's like the Second Sons or something like that. But it's basically Too Many Bones, but better. It's actually better. People said it's better. A lot of people
I
love
do
it.
not like Too Many Bones.
Yeah, but what if Mantic made a war game? I don't know how they would, but what if they made a war game with that? Would you?
I thought there was a war game
call that too
with
much?
Elder Scrolls.
But was it Mantic?
I don't think it was Mantic.
Didn't count.
I mean, they already, I don't know.
So, I don't know. I guess I don't know. That's all I got. Well, it's like
I came to Elder Scrolls for Adventure and then stayed for the racial slurs.
Oh no!
Have you guys ever played Morrowind where
Yep.
you play like as a Khajiit? They're like talking shit about you because it's like you make a better pair of boots because you're a cat.
Oh, wow.
The fact that everybody calls you an Emla as you walk down the street. It's like,
Everybody's-
there's no litter box here.
Elder Scrolls had some solid racial slurs.
even if you play as a Dunmer, it's like, no, you're not from the island. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And once you got your reputation up, then
Yeah.
they started being nice to you.
That's the game that I remember when I played it on the original Xbox, believe it or not. I got it used, and it was like
Same.
nothing, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But then I got it for PC and was able to like mod it, and I was like, oh my god!
I don't
this
know
is
how or why people ever played that on Xbox. I only
Yeah,
ever played it on
I
PC.
played it on
because I
Xbox.
didn't have a computer really that could play anything.
I played it on
but
Xbox, me and my cousin both, and we'd get so far in the game that we would drop items certain places, and it would just like slow the entire game down. Where like it was like stuttering.
It's persistent.
I don't know if it was it an option on the Xbox, because it was an option on PC that bodies would disappear when you left the area. Was that an option you could select in the Xbox?
I don't remember it. I just remember we had like a fucking notebook.
were they
We were, like, keeping track, 'cause
persistent?
there was
They
no-
never went anywhere.
Because that was an option you could select, because the game came out, like the PC version came out in 99, 2000, maybe 2001.
Jesus.
And so it was like they knew they were pushing the limits. Like, we'll just leave this option that if you don't have enough RAM, like bodies will disappear instead of being persistent when you leave an area.
Wow.
I just remember it was like, hey, go down the street and turn left at the tree and go over the river and
I do
behind-
miss that
and
game,
it's
just
like-
giving vague directions
Yeah.
and being like, you'll figure it out.
Sorry.
No, I was just.
Oh,
we
so-
can talk about that.
Oh, I was saying, on the PC front, Sierra Madre Games. I think Sierra Madre is. No, I'm thinking Sierra Games. Because Sierra Games made the first Fallout, right? Was that them?
No, that was.
Oh, I can see the
Interplay.
logo.
Why is Vaslin off now? He would know the
They were
answer
called
to this.
Interplay,
Interplay, that's it.
and then Interplay, Black Isle Studios spun off of Interplay. Well, they're part of Interplay, and then there was a aggressive takeover, weird situation, and all those guys left.
Well,
Guns
where
were
did I get
involved.
Sierra from?
Yeah.
Guns were involved?
Yeah, he said aggressive takeover.
Yeah,
so-
I don't know, man.
3D
There's some-
printed guns?
I don't know the whole story. It's one of those internet legends. I don't know.
Well, if you do, tell us in the comments. But getting back to,
There's like
transition. Getting back
CJ,
to
you
our
don't need to
original
be at
point,
work.
I feel like Mantic. I feel like it's making all the right moves and all the wrong ways. Like they're going digital, so you can download their models that way. So therefore, they're cutting out the middleman, and you can print your own stuff, but still giving them money.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're doing with these third-party printers is. You give them money, they give a portion of that to these people, and then
You give them the files,
So now
yeah.
it's just you give us money and you can print it yourself, and they don't have to worry about the rest of it.
Do you have a problem with that model, though?
I don't know
Okay.
because once you have those models, I know like our friend
Yeah,
Tony.
no one's gonna erase it off your. hard
Yeah,
drive.
our friend Tony will like go in and change them. He'll start like take the head off of this guy and take the arms off that guy and like make his own model. He's like, I don't like the way that guy looks. Fuck him, and I'll do my own shit.
Yeah.
Like, it looks pretty good when he does it. It doesn't look like it's just some thrown together shit. So I'm fine with that model, but I want my model agnostic large scale battle game because I want to use whatever the fuck I want to use. So Mantic, keep doing what you're doing. I just wish you get your shit looking better when people buy it for the people who buy it.
Right.
You guys have any closing comments on that?
No. Are we doing multiple hot takes in one
I
video?
was going to give Connor a chance if you wanted to.
Okay.
So let's do a hard stop and then we'll do a hard start and we'll start over.
All right. So we'll do another. Well, you got to do the outro then.
All right. Well, this has been Bear with Barely Cannon with my co-host Blue.
Hello.
We've had Chris and Connor on.
Wow.
Thank you guys for sharing and keep your dice rolling.
He did the exit. He did the outro.